What's going on, everybody? This is Matt with Nowaskey Suspension, and this is our Chevy 4500 HD. I don't know what you want to call it, but we just finished it up, and we're going to give you guys a little bit of a tour.
She got my time, she got my day. She cast a spell, look up my fate. The crystal shiny captive.
All right, so we'll give you guys a little bit of a backstory. So I bought this at a government auction. It was a retired ambulance from a department in Kentucky. So I got a really good deal on it, and I was looking for this specific ambulance. I was looking for a Duramax model. So this is a 2011 Chevy, basically 4500 chassis with a ambulance box put on it. It is a government vehicle, so from the factory it's fully deleted, so it sounds awesome. And I wanted a Duramax model because ideally, maybe eventually we'll pull a trailer with it, and besides that, like, it hauls 2 bikes around and a bunch of weight, and it's heavy in general, so I wanted to make sure it had enough power to do that. So I've had this whole idea in my head for quite a while now. My brain works in mysterious ways, no one really knows, but I just thought this would be the perfect vehicle because it already has electricity inside and just lots of other features, right? So obviously now I did a fully designed wrap on it that I designed myself and actually installed myself. Holy crap, what a ton of work that was. I've wrapped vehicles in the past, but this was like years ago, and I thought this would be easy, and it was a pain in the butt. That's probably my favorite part, is the wrap. It's got all kinds of cool stuff. We've got our shocks on here, and we've got an Evo motor on here. I don't know why I went with an Evo, but I did. Just a couple cool things, a turbo and King of the Baggers race graphic that we use on a bunch of stuff. You can see it better right here, actually. That's my 2-slick graphic, actually, right there. And, you know, your typical Forever 2 wheels, like Wheel and Wings logo. I don't know, all kinds of cool stuff. Oh my God. So yeah, this is a pretty cool project that we just completed before Sturgis. We did a lift kit from Weld Tech Industries. It includes some Fox shocks and a 3-inch lift with a knuckle, so all the angles are still good on everything as far as toe and camber goes. The rear is stock. We went with a tire that is just under a 33. It's like a 32 and a half, basically. And that's what would fit under this with the box. It's actually pretty close, especially once you get some weight in there. Yeah, so I guess we can kind of just go over a couple of the details with it. And yeah, I don't know. There's really nothing that exciting about the cab. We still need to tint the windows and get the X-Pod light module that basically is basically a really cool switch panel that Baja Designs makes. I still need to wire that in, so. Also one cool thing I want to mention is we have there's 6 of these kicker waterproof speakers around the whole thing. And our whole thought process with this ambulance in general, or mini toter, whatever you want to call it, is it's just a good way for us to go do like small events where we don't need the big truck and trailer. Maybe it's like a bike night or an event where we just have a 10x20 tent where we want to set up and talk to customers. It's also going to be like my dealership tour rig for the winter time, where I'll go stop by and see all of our dealers that sell Nowaskey parts and see their facilities, talk with them, and show them about our suspension, stuff like that. And so when you're doing something like that, you need a vehicle that you can put all your stuff in but still be comfortable. So this was kind of what we decided to use for that. Really nothing too exciting in the front. I'll probably eventually put a grill in it with some Baja Designs fog lights. This is pretty cool. This is the only thing that's really left over from being an ambulance, and that's what its unit number was EC4. So that's kind of cool. There's also a plaque on the inside that has a memorial for a badge of, I don't know, it must have been an employee that used to work. One funny thing is that a lot of people have asked me is like, how do you sleep in there knowing that so many people were either injured or died? It's an ambulance, right? Like, it's hauled a bunch of people that are like severely hurt. I sleep like a baby in there. So whatever's gone on in there, it's a good thing. Like, I could sleep forever in there. So up top, we have I believe that's a 48-inch Baja Designs LED light bar super bright. Obviously we've got our Nowaskey Peak logo. That's what those are. That's a peak for people that maybe don't know that, but kind of cool. And then also one thing to talk about as well is if you look at my Road Glide, the background of the flames and everything is actually this same print, just a lot smaller. And I did that by design. I didn't put any pink on the ambulance because I just felt like that's a lot of pink and that it would make it weird at that point. It's cool on the bike, but maybe weird on the ambulance, I don't know. And I didn't want to change our Nowaskey yellow on something this big either. On a bike, it's okay, but you really don't want to go changing logo colors that much. You're really not supposed to do it at all, but I can pull a couple strings sometimes, you know? So also another nice part about the ambulance is all of these boxes. It has so much storage on the outside and the doors are built really well. So they're probably dirty, so I'm gonna take a peek in here. Yeah, I'm not gonna show you. It's rough. I still have some finishing up to do with this thing, and then maybe we'll do a more in depth of all the boxes and how they're gonna be laid out. But my whole goal with it is that, you know, this would be like a shock drawer or like a spring drawer where if I'm seeing dealers and they need something, I can easily access that and find like each box door is separated and organized so that people can get what they need, whatever. And that's kind of cool. It's like the suspension rig. So yeah, more speakers, more Baja Designs lights on the side here. We have a couple of our friends' brands like Thunder Max and SBC just because we work with them. I don't love this. This is a picture of me riding the bagger. Let's just say it's temporary. I think we can do better than that. So it'll probably live on here for a little while until I get tired of seeing it. And then we'll do that. This is the ladder bar to get on top of the roof rack. Huge thanks to Wet Rhett. He helped me weld this up. I just did all the drawings and I really wanted, this was what I was looking forward to doing, was all the fabrication on this project, but I'm way too busy with customer service to do anything at all anymore. So Rhett was nice enough to help me weld this up. And then MB Customs Race Shop, they are a local shop here in Menominee that builds insanely nice dirt track cars. They are the ones that did all the tube bending and did all of our notches. So it was very easy. Like we actually welded this whole roof rack, fitted and welded it up in one day. So that's really impressive, like fit up and just that's what good measuring will do and a good plan and good drawings. This is the most important or cool part to me. So the whole thing is designed so that there's a full-size bed in there and a dyna, my stunt dyna fits inside, and then the back deck is where the bagger will go. So you load it up from the side, up a ramp, and it sits right here. We'll insert some videos or pictures of that. And we put this wheel chock on here, some good tie down points front and back, and it's super secure. It's kind of eerie driving down the highway knowing you have a bike on the back like that without anything to hold it if it were to fall. So I just make sure to strap it really well, and it hasn't moved at all, so that's cool. I don't know, ideally, eventually, I think I'd like to add on like a spare tire carrier that will pivot out or something, so you can still get a bike up here and just make it look a little bit better. Originally, I wanted to do round bar to match the round bar on the roof rack, but we just kind of ran out of time, so we just went with good old square tubing, 45 and chamfered everything and welded it together, so it looked okay. But it's kind of like, I don't know, it's not, it could be better, but all right, let's check out the inside. All right, so here you can see my dyna fits in here really well. I want to mention that this was so meant to be that you can see the wheel chock that I have in here. Let me move this strap. See that wheel chock that's there? That was in here before, and I believe what it did was hold some kind of like a nitrous bottle for, I don't know what you use nitrous for, something to do with ambulances, I don't know. But I thought that was really funny, and so I left it here instead of putting like a nice wheel chock in here. It's just kind of cool. The nice part about this ambulance is that it has all sorts of cabinets in here already. You can see a bunch of dirty clothes in there that I need to get out, and it's like able to be organized, and it can be a lot better, and eventually I'll work on the inside and build the inside out. A shower will probably go here, and I'll drop the floor, and there'll be like a cooktop over here. But for now, I don't know, it works well for how much we realistically use it. I have an original garage t-shirt that is being used as a shade. So shout out to them for the shade. My Apple Watch is right there. I've been looking for that actually. And yes, I sleep with an eye mask. So that is also in here. Yeah, so this bed will actually fold up and then I can ratchet strap it to this bar, and it gives me plenty of room to squeeze the bike out here. It's really easy to get it in and out. There's a pass through that you have to go through to the driver's area. So I am 6'2" and I can fit through there somehow. I don't know how I do that, but I can. But yeah, it's pretty cool. More cabinets in here, you know, so I have like coffee cups and plates up in here. And I'm really excited to deck out the inside of this because I have a bunch of really cool ideas. I basically want, because this is like every teenage dirt bike kid's dream, is to have like a moto van that's this cool. So in my head, I want to carry that theme into the inside, and I wanted to design wrap for the wall that would basically look like a bunch of old Playboy posters, like they're peeling up on the edges and everything, and do the whole wall like that. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't have much time, so it is what it is. But yeah, I have a bunch of hats up here and jackets up here, and some t-shirts and pants, and I have a coffee machine and all my Keurig pods and kind of the whole deal. So it's been a super fun rig to have. I like doing stuff like this because it's just different and it's fun. And as a team, we get to learn about, I feel like if you just build bikes and you don't play with anything else, then you're not going to bring any new ideas into what you're doing because you're just so pigeonholed in that one thing. So doing a project like this is fun because it kind of brings out new creativity to projects that we normally work on. So that's cool. So back here in the back, you can kind of see this bed here. It's a super comfy bed. I also want to mention I have my grandmother's quilts she made me years ago that were just stuffed in a box and not getting used at all. And I was like, that's crazy. She didn't make them to stuff them in a box to never see the light of day. So I brought them on the road and they're getting to see some miles now. So I think she'd be pretty stoked. Also custom back shade covers from our boys over at LFG 1904. The Dead Pedophiles Don't Reoffend deal. I fully believe in that. So yeah, this is our 2011 Chevy Ambulance moto van. So thanks for checking out my crib, but now you guys got to go.
This is the midnight